Okay, Robert, I wanted to make a little demonstration video here to show you that I have the C3DL controller that you were having trouble with. I've got it working on your retracts. I know that when we talked on the phone, I was under the impression that your retracts might be a little bit bigger as far as the motors and the current draw on them, and that you might have to upgrade to one of the F3DLs. But once I saw what the retracts looked like, I realized that it was probably just a problem with the current threshold on the board, and since that can be changed very easily, I just adjusted the stall point on the board that you had, and they're working great now. And I just wanted to make a little demonstration video just to let you see that everything's working as it should. Show you what all I've got here. This is one of my servo testers that I make, and I use this just to produce the signal so I don't have to fool with a transmitter and a receiver. That's the battery that powers the servo tester. So it's connected to the input of the board. This is the board that you're familiar with. I have it set to open your gear doors when the gear come down and then close them back again, just so that I can check all of the various functions of the board to make sure everything's working. And of course, here are your retracts, and this is a 2-cell battery that I'm using to power your retracts. So I'm going to toggle the channel with the servo tester, and you'll see that the first thing that happens is that the gear doors will open, and then the retracts come down, and as soon as they get all the way down, the door will close and your landing lights will come on. And we'll go back the other way now. Again, the door opens, the gear retract, go back up into the wing, the gear door will close, and your landing lights will go off. And I don't know if you even made it this far before. This board has the function of being able to reverse the action of the circuit midway, so you don't, in other words, you don't have to let the gear go all the way down or all the way up before you go the other way. So let's say what our gear are up now. Let's say you take off and you're coming in for a landing, and you start bringing the gear down, and then you realize there's somebody on the runway. You can reverse it and go the other way instantly, and it doesn't interrupt the function at all, and that works in both directions. So I'm going to post this video to YouTube and let you see it, and then you can I'll send you the link so you can take a look at it. One last thing I want to touch base with you on. Let me raise these gear back up. When I first started working on these for you, I couldn't get either one of them to move very far, and I think that was the problem you said you were having. And I got to looking at them, and I noticed, you see that skinned place there on the side of your retract? Well, that was happening because that screw that holds that strut there was backed out just a little bit, and that was binding. The other one has got kind of the same thing going on, only it's lower down, and it rakes across the whole side piece there. But it was because of the same thing. So be careful as you're testing them yourself. Make sure that you keep that screw tightened up enough to where it's out of the way so it doesn't bind your retracts. I don't think that's what was going on, but by the time I figured that out, I had already adjusted the stall threshold point on the board, and once I saw that threshold was working correctly, it's not giving up too easily, so your gear won't stall with a little bit of wind pressure against them. They're operating the way they should, so I figured, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you might want to be sure in the future that you don't let one of those screws get in the way. Okay, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, send you the link, let you take a look at the video, and make sure everything is to your satisfaction, and I'll get it headed back your way. Thanks, Robert.